We'll be spinning off in this video from the previous where we last talked about getting the requirements for Rust. So in this video, we'll be getting all what we need throughout this course. And the first thing we'll be getting is a Rust compiler. So we're going to need this compiler because we want to compile our source programs into object code so we can run on our computers. And so just get to where we can start getting all of this, we could do a simple Google search for Rust. And we see that the first result we have is on Rust programming language. Well, if your search engine doesn't provide you what you are expecting, then you could just search for the Rust programming language specifically, and you're going to have that given out to you. So we then go into Rustc's website where we can see basic information about Rust, which we're not really going to go through here. And what we're interested in is getting started out with Rust. So we'll just click on this button over here and we get to a page that shows up how to quickly set up a Rust development environment and write a small application. So installing Rust, we could try Rust without installing, or we could use Rustc to get Rust and all of its libraries set up on our computers. Now I use a Windows 11 operating system, and that's the reason why I have Rustc Pro for Windows provided to me. If you're using Linux or you're using Mac, then you're going to get just provided to you too. And so from here, what we can see is we could either download the executable files, or if we're working on Windows subsystem for Linux, which I also use, you could just copy this command right here, open to your terminal, and you could run it. If you have any difficulties getting this on your computer, then just get to my email that I'll send at the end of this video, and I can give you a whole description, or we could have a whole chat on what to do. Now if you already have Rust installed on your computer and all you want to do is update it, then I suppose you have the Rustc command on your computer. All you could just do is run Rustc update, which is what we have here. The next thing we'll be getting is the Cargo package manager and build tool for Rust. Now Cargo is what we're going to use to build, to run, test, document, and publish our applications. And for all of these 5 different commands, you will see that there is Cargo commands to do that. So I'm not going to get into details of this right now. Just know that once you run the Rustc command, you're going to have everything installed for you, including Cargo. So when we get to use Cargo later on, you're going to see what to do. Well, I have Rustc downloaded on my computer. All I just need to do is open file. So when opening this, it goes straight to my command line and asks me some basic questions if I'll be targeting. Well, when you're installing this, please read through the commands and you're going to see that it's actually easy for you to, and you can customize it the way you want. I already have Rust installed on my computer, so I'm not going to get into doing that anymore. Next thing I'll be doing is getting our IDEs. For getting the IDEs, we see them mentioned here as other tools, which may include VSCode, Sublime Text, Atom, IntelliJ, Eclipse, Vim, Emacs, and Genie. So I mentioned a few of these, I think 1 or 2 of them in the previous video, and I'm going to suggest that let's use something which doesn't really give us much of the help that we'll be expecting from IDEs like IntelliJ. So I advise that if you're going to this course, use a simple editor, something that you will use and it will cause you to understand and get comfortable with. The syntax for Rust and the best the best IDEs for this are VSCode, Sublime Text, Emacs, Vim. Also Atom too. That's because they don't give us as much help as something like Eclipse or IntelliJ or CLion do. So my preference for this is going to be VSCode. And again, I already have this installed on my computer, so all we'll be doing is we'll install VS Code by doing a basic Google search, and we see that we have Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is an IDE, which is short for Integrated Development Environment. It actually supports a lot of languages, and it has an extension feature where you could just add support for any new framework, any new libraries, or any new languages by just installing those extensions. So be downloading for Windows. If you're using a Mac or Linux, then you could just get for your PC. After that, you get an executable file which you can easily run, and if you have any issues doing that, then please just let me know and I can help you out with it. I mentioned extensions for VS Code. And when we talk of extensions, we talk of support for new languages or new technologies or new tools we want to use for development. For Rust, we have the Rust Analyzer, which comes as a Rust language support for VS Code. Once you have our VS Code set up and installed, then we're going to install the Rust Analyzer on it. Yeah, so what we now have is we get back to the marketplace of Visual Studio, and what we want to get is the Rust Analyzer. The only extension we'll be needing for VS Code. So all you can do is click on this install button here, and if you have VS Code installed on your computer, it automatically redirects you to VS Code. So I'm assuming that you already have this installed. If you haven't and you have any issues installing it, then please let me know via email and I'm going to help you out. So you click on the install button here and trust workspace and install, and everything about the extension gets set up on your computer. So there we go. We have the three basic things we need for Rust. That is one, our IDE, which is VS Code. We have the compiler, which is Rust compiler, and next we have the build tool, which is Cargo. In the next video, we'll be starting off with the basic application, the popular hello world. Here they said formula, and from there I'll explain how we will be using the IDE, VS Code, Rust compiler, and Cargo. See you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching.